Seahawks defense, they're ranked dead last in some major categories. Total yards per game, they're ranked dead last. Rushing yards per game allowed, they're ranked dead last. And first downs given up, they're ranked dead last. So I want to get your opinion about the Seahawks defense. How important do you believe it is for the Seahawks defense to be able to apply some pressure on Matthew Stafford tonight?
Let's be honest. The Seattle defense isn't the Legion of Boom anymore. This isn't a great defense anymore. This is more of an offensive style of game. They're going to use their ability with DK Metcalf and Lockett. They're going to try to throw the ball down the field and dominate the game in the open field, slant passing and stuff like that. I know Wagner has been a dominant force as a linebacker in this league for a very, very long time. Losing Wright, walking away from Wright in the offseason. This isn't the same dominant defense. And we all know what Jamal Adams likes to do. He likes to open his mouth. He likes to talk. And I know that because I'm a Jet fan and I know what he's all about. I just don't look at Seattle as a defensive-minded team anymore. I think they're more of an offensive-minded team. It's on Russell Wilson's arm and his ability to move inside and out of the pocket. So what do I think about the defense? Their defense stinks. This is one of the worst defenses in all of football. You're talking about, I think they're ranked in almost every single, like you were saying, every single statistic in under 20, either in 25, ranked 25th, 26th, or 27th in all of football. They're not a good defense.
Not at all. Not at all. And I called out Jamal Adams a little bit on the show a while ago, Earl, because I said, he got a 4-year, $70 million extension in the offseason, became the highest paid safety in the NFL. And on the season, though, Earl, he only has 22 tackles. He doesn't have a sack on the season, no forced fumbles on the season. And in order for the Seahawks, defense to produce at any kind of high level, they need Jamal Adams to play like he's, the best safety in the NFL, and also Bobby Wagner, being the leader of the defense. So far in the season, I haven't been very impressed with Jamal Adams.
He's an overpaid safety. And I've been always saying that. I don't think he's the best safety in football. I don't even think he's a top 5 safety in football. So I think Jamal Adams, he got overpaid in the offseason. He wanted that money. The Jets weren't going to give it to him. That's why the Jets traded him. And I think, obviously, and anybody that doesn't believe that Joe Douglas practically stole 2 first-round draft picks and a third-round draft pick from Seattle, I just think actually, it was 2 first-round draft picks and a player. I think that when you look at the big picture, I don't think Jamal Adams is as dominant as he thinks he is.
Yeah, one more thing before we transition to some more NFL about this game, Earl. I'm looking at, again, the Seahawks offense going up against the Rams defense. And so defensively for the Rams, in the offseason, they lost Troy Hill to free agency to the Browns. They lost John Johnson in free agency to the Browns as well. And so you got Jalen Ramsey on one side of the field, but Jalen Ramsey can't be 2 places at once. So you got Darius Williams, the opposite corner, of Jalen Ramsey. And I feel like he's been kind of getting exposed, the first, 4 games of the season. Last week, Kyler Murray, he had 268 pass yards, 2 touchdowns. AJ Green got into the action for the Arizona Cardinals and their win over the Rams. So what do you think about the Rams, secondary, now that they lost Johnson and Hill, in the offseason?
I think the Rams are not a secondary team. I think they're a front 7 team. They like to get at the quarterback. They can get to the quarterback. They're a dominant force with Aaron Donald in there. Now, Ramsey is a dominant force. We all know what he is. We all know what he's capable of being and what he's capable of doing on the field. With obviously the offseason and losing some pieces, they're not the dominant force they were last year defensively. They're to me, I still think they're a top 12, top 13 defense. They can get at you. I think they're, 4th in the NFL or 5th in the NFL in sacks. They're a team that can get to the quarterback. That's where their strength is. Their strength lies in their front 7, not their secondary. So last year, their secondary was very strong. This year, I think their secondary is ranked 19th or 20th in the league. You see the difference of what they are and when you're missing pieces and that secondary. So what do I think about their defense? I think they're a front 7 team. They're going to, if they can get pressure on the quarterback, they're going to win and they're going to dominate. If they can't get pressure on the quarterback, a.k.a. Kyler Murray, small, great young quarterback that can move inside and out of the pocket, very hard to stop. You saw what Arizona exposed them in the open field, because when you have a guy that can throw the ball and move inside and out of the pocket and make the front 7 run after him, he's going to expose that secondary.